Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, distinguished committee members, fellow researchers, and all symposium participants. It is a privilege to be here at the second Borobudur International Symposium 2025 in conjunction with the third Interconnects 2025. First of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Rana Adila Rahma, representing Universitas Singaperbangsa Karawang, West Java, Indonesia. Today, I am honored to present our study titled Integrating Life Cycle Assessment and Quality Function Deployment in Bandung's Knitting Small Medium Enterprises to Support Green Innovation. This research arises from the growing need for sustainable production practices within small and medium enterprises, particularly in Bandung's knitting industry. By combining LCA and QFD, our study seeks to provide a structured approach to evaluate environmental impacts while simultaneously aligning product development with customer needs, ultimately supporting greener and more competitive innovation. Before I start the presentation, I will introduce our research team member. The first author is me, Rana Adila Rahma, and the second author is Sis Eva Safariani, and the third author is Mrs. Dia Kusumastuti, and the fourth author is Mr. Kusnadi, and the last author is Lisa Paulina. And we are all from Universitas Singaperbangsa Karawang. Okay, first of the presentation is the introduction or the background of the research. Bandung is widely recognized as one of Indonesia's primary knitting production centers with a dense concentration of small and medium enterprises. These small medium enterprises produce relatively small quantities of solid waste, but the continuous daily production of waste across hundreds of production units will still be substantial. Material scraps that could potentially be reused or recycled remain unidentified because there is no structured assessment of where waste is generated within the production sequence. When applied directly to Bandung's knitting small-medium enterprises, life cycle assessment or LCA can highlight practical opportunities for reducing material loss. And sustainability improvements also depend on understanding customer expectation by using QFD. This is the research objectives, and the first objective that is life cycle assessment for solid waste. Assess the magnitude and sources of solid waste generation in the production processes of knitting small-medium enterprises in Bandung using life cycle assessment. And the second one is identify consumer needs and preferences for sustainable knit products through quality function deployment. And the third is integrate LCA and QFD findings to formulate practical green innovation strategies suitable for small-scale knitting enterprises. And the fourth or last is provide technical recommendation for improving material efficiency and reducing solid waste within the knitting production workflow. And this is our research method. The first is three knitting small-medium enterprises in Bandung were purposefully selected based on active operations and willingness to participate. Primary data were collected through direct observation, material input-output recording, and structured questionnaire-based interviews with owners and operators. LCA was conducted to evaluate the distribution of solid waste across production stages. The steps included defining system boundaries, developing a life cycle inventory, quantifying solid waste generated at each process, and identifying production hotspots. The third is a consumer survey was administered to identify expectations regarding comfort, durability, and sustainability. These insights were translated into technical requirements through the House of Quality, enabling the identification of improvement priorities. And the last is finding from the LCA environmental hotspots and QFD consumer-driven priorities were integrated to develop practical and feasible green innovation strategies aimed at improving material efficiency and reducing solid waste within the small-medium enterprises. Okay, as you can see in the right below, this is our research results for life cycle assessment. And after we build the data and we find the result of LCA, we find that the highest contribution of solid waste is from the knitting process. That is processing the yarn become the fabric. The contribution is 40%, and the second bigger contribution of solid waste is from the sewing processing. That is, process the fabric become product. And it has 23% of contribution of solid waste. So, the biggest, the two top biggest contribution of solid waste is from knitting processing and sewing processing. And for finishing, it contribute 18% of solid waste, and for yarn preparation it contribute 10%. And the last, for packaging, it contribute 9% of solid waste. This is the result of QFD, customer requirements of watts. As you can see in the table, the highest weight needs are from W6, that is perception of solid waste generation, and it has 20.1% weight. And the second is knowledge and training on waste management, that is OW1, and it has 18.6% of weight, same as W3, that is environmental awareness and commitment, that has 18.6% of weight. So three of them indicating strong awareness of solid waste generation, demand for waste management knowledge, and commitment to sustainability. And the next result is QFD of relationship matrix between what's and hows. And the matrix shows, for example, for W1 or H1 training is strongly support W1 knowledge and waste training because the value is 9, yeah. And the value 9 is the strong support of each other. And waste sorting of H2 strongly support W6, perception of waste generation, and pattern optimization H3 strongly supports W5 for process and efficiency. And for eco-product mentorship H6, it strongly supports W3 and W4 for environmental awareness and interest in eco-friendly products. This is just example of the strongly support of what and how. And then this is the QFD of technical response priorities of house. As you can see in the table, the top three priorities are H6, H1, and H2. That is eco-friendly product development and branding mentorship, solid waste management and upcycling training, waste sorting and collection system in workshop. The technical priority is 25.3%, 22.4%, and 20.6%. This is the integrated LCA and QFD framework for green innovation in knitting small medium enterprises. As you can see in the table, the LCA results reveal that the knitting and sewing stages are the dominant contributors to solid waste generation, accounting for 40% and 23% of the total waste, respectively. These stages produce short yarn residues and fabric of cuts primarily caused by non-standard patterns, yarn breakage, and repetitive correction during sewing. The finishing stage contributes an additional 18% due to trimming activities, whereas yarn preparation and packaging contributes less than 10% each and are categorized as minor hotspots. The QFD analysis derived from questionnaire responses of 3 knitting small-medium enterprises in Bandung identifies 6 major customer requirements. The highest weight needs relate to the perception of significant waste generation is W6, the need for training in waste management and utilization, W1, and environmental awareness, W3. The House of Quality further highlights 3 key technical priorities: mentorship on eco-friendly product development and branding, H6, training on waste handling and upcycling, H1, and the establishment of a structured waste sorting system, or H2. Integrating both approaches demonstrates the technical improvements such as pattern optimization and tension control, or H3, and enhancement of SOP and production layout, or H4, directly target the LCA identified hotspots in knitting and sewing. Meanwhile, H1 and H2 support the valorization of yarn and fabric waste into new value-added products. The top priority, eco-friendly product development mentorship, or H6, bridges process improvements with market-oriented sustainability positioning. This integrated LCA QFD framework offers a practical roadmap for green innovation within Bandung's knitting small-medium enterprises by combining waste hotspot identification with data-driven priority setting based on small-medium enterprise needs. This is the conclusion of our research. So this study shows that combining LCA and QFD effectively identifies priority areas for green innovation in Bandung knitting small-medium enterprises. LCA results reveal that knitting and sewing are the main waste hotspot, contributing over 60% of total solid waste. QFD findings highlight key small-medium enterprise needs: waste management training, environmental awareness, and support for eco-product development. The integrated LCA-QFD approach directs improvement efforts towards eco-product mentorship, waste upcycling training, and a structured waste sorting system. Together, these strategies reduce waste, improve production efficiency, and enable small-medium enterprises to develop marketable, sustainable knitwear products. The method provides a practical roadmap for advancing green innovation in small-scale textile industries. So that's all of our presentation for this research. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.